and if there's something else for the court to consider, it will receive that.
And it has received that, correct?
May I say, please?
Oh, no. Yes.
I know, I'm sorry, I know this is a lot. It's hard, a lot.
We're all stressed out.
But, due process, my mother received the same thing we received in our service from him in a mockery to me without our names on it, only her name on it. That was the first document received. Somebody says they have, body cam footage of my father getting served, who's passed away since of a brain tumor. We don't know anything about that, so that's interesting to us. He's trying to pit us against our neighbors, which is a horrible thing to do. And causing problems that never existed. What caused him to be alerted to this? And who made those complaints? I would like to know, because I have a suspicion that it was probably some of the city members here who are also in municipality, Roy Scott probably, or his wife. They're the ones who do these things. Or it's Timothy Golan himself, because of a lot of things he's been trying to pull records from, and he's very upset with us about. And the day after we filed a complaint to this report, I even have proof that evidence that somebody went to our home, Roy Scott's report, saying that he saw the female, who is my mother, went to the door and asked her, in response to an assault, by the way, that we never got any kind of report written for us because of that. Go to our door and wanted to know if we lived in that camper in the back of my mother's yard. And that was on 7/9/2025. And like his birthday, and he makes my birthday that date for the other thing. It's just, he makes up dates that have no, and now he's making up more dates without giving us any kind of, and if we have to follow the law, oh, the ordinance wording too, Your Honor, is very important, because he puts in what he says to the court that permitting the use of, I'll find it here, is in the ordinance, which it is not. What is in the ordinance is, I gotta find it, I'm sorry. This is a lot, I know. This shouldn't exist, is the truth. None of this should have to happen. It's a waste of everybody's time and effort.
If the ordinance
Here,
is due process being handled correctly.
yeah, we should have been given a warning, a citation, a chance to comply. People are allowed to live in motorhomes within the city limits. They're given a chance to go to the mayor and pay a fee and all these other things. None of that was done. It was just boom, you're being sued and coming to court. And it comes past the jurisdiction of this court if we were to do the math on it by it would be $79,000 today that she would owe.
As of today.
And last time we were in court, Mr. Bowen threatened to put a lien on my property.
Yes, and then
And that this is the first time, the original letter that I got any notice of any of these complaints.
But if you have the parent.
And so there's a lot of them there. Why wasn't I told? Why wasn't there a step 1, step 2, step 3?
Yeah.
Instead of just coming right, let's get Christine in court.
yeah.
And based on that is what I'm saying, that this whole thing could be dismissed.
Well,
Inappropriate.
We were happy to
there's
take
still a city ordinance
Can we
that
watch
has
the
to be
city
complied
ordinance?
with.
Well, the due process has to be
The due process has to be complied with
Or it has to be dismissed.
before
It's
anything.
unlawful to
Okay.
continue
Right.
implemented.
And I'll deal with that in a second.
No,
But
that's
If you dismiss my mother, I would be so happy
yeah.
to address it.
the property owner is,
Huh?
the property owner is
Which property are
Okay,
you
so,
thinking of?
Okay.
may I say this, please? I'm sorry to interrupt everybody.
Christie. Okay? All right.
But-
So here's where we're at. The emotions are too high.
It's important.
You just,
I'm sorry. They're gonna be high. I'm sorry.
okay, thank you. If compliance is the ultimate thing with the city ordinances, and I believe it is, then we're gonna continue this. I'll pound through the details. All the other issues, the court at this point isn't involved with, unless there's a violation of that, different than I'm seeing. And so then we're going to deal with the violation of the city ordinance. Now, if there's a process for that to get a waiver or, variance, okay, then I would ask that you start that process and then let the court know that that process is started for a variance, and then we can see where that goes. City council is the one that sets
We
the
also
city
may
ordinance.
have moved out of our, I mean, we may not be in there.
We may be
We may
in
just go in there and play music at night.
yeah.
He's a musician. How this comes to be is important because
Because for unverified facts right here.
there's
for
cameras looking all
unverified
over this
complaint,
town.
This one actually, I think, was the day that I had trouble with Roy Scott, and it's unverified, probably written by him.
I also hear
That's where my Brady list complaint came
Okay,
from.
here's what I would suggest. If you feel there's a violation of your civil rights, then with law enforcement, you need to file a complaint with law enforcement and see if there's been a
The law
violation.
enforcement,
Okay? And
I feel there's a violation of our civil rights right now, though, also.
Well,
It is.
in the sense of the judge is listening,
Well,
yeah,
You're doing what?
the judge is listening, yes.
Not really. You already have your class planned out, but you are listening, but you already have your, what you figure out needs to
decisions are
happen.
made.
Yeah, you made your decision.
This says permitted use of in his thing. That is not what the ordinance says.
All
The
right,
ordinance does not say permitted. He added that word. He invented that word
To mislead.
to mislead into thinking that she is in anywhere responsible for any of this. It doesn't say that. It says keep or maintain.
Place, keep, or maintain.
Place, keep, or maintain, which she never placed, never kept, never maintained. He invented the word permitted in order to deceive the court.
And the ordinance.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this hearing until April 27th. We'll do the same thing, we'll do it 1 o'clock, we'll queue up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate all the issues, and then the issues that aren't germane to this case, then we're going to give at least an opportunity for you to pursue those, and then we're going to proceed with the
Thank you.
Your Honor, could I interject one more thing, a concern?
Uh-huh.
And it was in the letter that I sent to you
Uh-huh.
about the certificate of service that Mr. Goen sent us, he sent me to. It's on only one of them, and one of them was mine, that he sent a copy of this to the state of California, the student unit, franchise tax board in Sacramento, California. So I'm concerned, pardon?
Never went there.
What do you mean?
I'm
How do we know
concerned
that?
that-
Why is it on the paperwork?
Why is it here?
So you're writing debt service.
How do I
Oh my
know?
gosh,
Stop.
you're evil.
How do I know that
Stop.
he didn't send it?
Stop.
So can I just add, Judge, even if the court is to dismiss this case, if tomorrow you're living in that RV,
Well, anyhow, I'm concerned that is Mr. Goen mixing up his private practice with the city attorney practice? And that's how that got in there? I don't know. But it is a concern of mine. I don't know that he didn't send that to.
Or
the
should-
state of
Plus, it's
California.
for dead people's estates, and you threatened to clean out our house, is it a threat?
Yeah, and that's searching for dead people.
To get their money.
To get dead people's money.
Is that, that's all.
Thank you. Okay, this is continued until 27th at 1 o'clock, and then we're going to queue up again at 1 o'clock. There is a comment requested?
I
Yes.
have a question,
Yes, ma'am.
actually. So if this might be a continued problem, not only for this family, but many others, what can be done? Can we get the sheriff up here? Can we sign a petition right before you guys saying that we don't want this ordinance?
Okay.
We want
now,
it squashed.
if I understand it right, and I'm not, judicial branch is a separate branch of
Sure.
government. The legislative branch, which is the city council, is the one that passes the ordinances.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the place to start. If you want to do a petition, so that there's some sense of citizen support, then you can bring that petition, and there might be requirements for that, I'm not sure, to the city council meeting and civilly ask, okay, we would like this ordinance addressed, changed, deleted, and that would be the process. Then once the ordinance is settled, either whatever it is, then if there's a violation of those ordinances, then that violation comes to the court, and then the court referees that, and that's what we're doing now.
So this was a voted on agenda?
It's a city council, it's a city ordinance, which means the city council, some day, some year, passed it.
I'll answer that for you. Oh, during COVID.
And they felt like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Melinda Thompson. I guess I kind of had a question / concern that I wanted to bring up that I heard
Okay.
here, which was the filing of a document that was not accounted for, found, or reported.
Yeah.
That to me is a very large issue.
Very large,
And because when you come in to file that, the burden is now on the court to make sure that everybody got those copies, is it not?
Yeah. And
It's-
I apologize,
it's
but
not?
today is the only day I've seen that. Now, to address, okay, I'm in receipt of it, and the court is going to consider that. That's part of the reason for the continuance. It needs to be looked at.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess that was just my concern. I was when you file something, what the protocol could possibly be, and maybe that's something that needs to be addressed. Thank you.
We're all
Your Honor.
humans here, right?
Yeah.
No, I
mean,
I guess I would be able to.
Yeah. Is that?
I have a question, Judge.
Okay, just a second. Very quiet, please.
I am concerned because if this could happen to her, how would it get this far to where she owes $79,000? Why couldn't this have been addressed right from the first complaint?
Okay. Excellent point.
I don't understand.
Good point. I don't think it is there at the 79. Didn't know anything as far as the court is concerned.
$100 a day.
But it's $100 a day, and if it's going back, and now it's going to 22, where they're showing 24, it's going to be even more.
Just don't carry this on.
Oh, it's scary.
I'm
It's
trying
very
to
scary
answer-
to me.
I'm trying to answer your question. Okay. There is no fine imposed at this point. Okay?
At this point.
And there's the court also has a sense of reasonableness to it on what is just as far as the sentencing, if there is something due.
Okay, but my question still,
Yeah.
Judge, is how does it get from
0 to
years,
100.
from 22 to 26 before somebody files something, and you get, instead of
No
saying,
warning.
take care of this problem?
Right. Okay, now, that's history that I'm not aware of. Hopefully that was done, maybe not, but I assume it was.
I don't think it was.
Okay.
That's
No,
why we're here where
that's-
we're at.
yeah.
Or they're here.
It never would have gotten this
Very
far.
scary as a citizen to see this happening to people.
Yeah, very frightening.
Okay.
Did you want to say something, Gordon?
Someone have
Gordon?
here?
My name is Gordon Boyd, Your Honor. I looked into this matter personally, talking to various people and whatever, and it seems like the whole thing could have been prevented a long time ago.
Sounds like it.
And it sounds like there was some sort of event recently that activated the city's response.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
I'd like to see, have somebody investigate that at the legal level to see what the origin of that was. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing is that I was reviewing the ordinance, and it says living, and living is kind of vague. So, can I talk about your situation there?
No, you can say if there's an ordinance or something that can be addressed, and that has to be on the judicial side, or not the judicial, the city council side, okay?
Well, living is vague.
Okay.
Living is vague. Are you living in an RV on a plot if you go to it? To me, living is where did you cook your dinner?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you eat your meal? Where did you use the shower? Where did you use the bathroom facilities?
So come to City Hall, or the conference, City Council, okay? And then ask that question.
Well,
But it's
yeah.
gonna go back.
Excuse me. Maybe this thing continued until it can be addressed at the city council, and that meeting won't, tonight, they won't allow you to address that. So how about continuing this further on down the road?
This case can be continued irregardless of what happens there. Now, what courts will do is they legislation, they query, look at what was the intent of that. And they look at the context of that, what was the intent of the ordinance. And that'll be done as well. But the first place to go is the city council to have them explain what their intent was. Okay?
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. And then there was one more, maybe?
What if that trailer was moved by tomorrow?
Well, I think I asked a question earlier if there was compliance. What I thought I heard was if there was compliance, then the thing goes away. But
It's not illegal to
That's
have a
what they
trailer.
want.
Yeah,
They want us
They're trying to
on.
kick us out of town.
yeah,
So to answer your question, leave it alone.
Alex.
Please, people, if you want to talk from now on, today, you talk to the judge. You hear me?